Hey, welcome to episode 39, now on video. And if you were watching this on video, you could see that I am wearing a sweatshirt that has two words on it. And it says, I'm not going to tell you. How about that? You're going to have to go look at it for yourself over on YouTube. Oh gosh, this is a terrible way to start this one. We're talking about here today, May 14th, we're talking about why sleep affects our blood glucose variability, which is a really difficult word to say. My name's Neil. I am doing this podcast, but I'm the worst at intros. How about that? Could we just agree? A lot of you guys know me as the Beaties on TikTok or on Instagram. I was diagnosed with type 1 on Valentine's Day, and it wasn't cool. But this is cool. This is the Your Best T1D Year podcast. How about that? Golly, somebody help me, please. All right. So this podcast it's under 5 minutes. That's what you can expect, which is coincidentally also how long I last in most group text threads before I exit the room. I do an Irish goodbye and I just slowly back out. All right. So every episode we look at one habit that helps us feel a little less overwhelmed by diabetes and a little bit more like we're moving forward. And so this month we're talking about sleep. It's one of our challenges. We've been doing a different challenge each month. And today's insight might surprise you. Some of you might like to nerd out on this. Why am I doing this with my hand? I don't know. It's not just that sleep affects our average blood sugar. It's that it messes with our glucose variability. Now, in other words, it makes our numbers weirder. Is that simple enough? Let's talk about what glucose variability means. So, you know those days where your blood sugar graph looks like it's a haunted roller coaster ride, right? It's like insane. And then other days it's like smooth jazz. It's just so chill. You're like, where did that come from? That roller coaster is called glucose variability. It's the ups and downs that happen throughout the day. Your doctor may not have explained it that way, but that's really the simple version of it. And according to research, a lot of research, a bad night of sleep, it increases our glucose variability. It's not just our average blood glucose. One study actually showed that a night of bad sleep leads to more post-meal spikes and more midday lows. I'm just going to let that sit there for just a minute, because our insulin works worse, basically, is what that's saying, and it's inconsistent. And if you're already living with T1D, you know how fun it is when things go off script. Spoiler, it's not fun. So what does that mean for us? Because this is actually huge, because it uncovers something that maybe all of us feel living with type 1 diabetes, but we can't always explain. Because we have those moments where we're like, man, I did everything right. I ate something familiar that I always eat. I bolused like I usually do, and I still went high. Like, what is up with that? Or maybe you dropped. Or maybe both. Let's be honest, maybe both of them. But if you slept poorly the night before, your body's insulin response is proven to be more chaotic. And that makes things feel random, which is one of the most frustrating parts of this entire type 1 diabetes game. But now that we know that sleep affects that variability, we can stop blaming ourselves. This is the part where you go, oh, okay, I see it now, Neil. This is starting to make sense. This is why we chose sleep for the month of May. And it's a pattern that is worth watching. So here's what we're going to do this week, just this week. If you notice throughout the day that your blood sugar graph looks a little jumpier than it usually does, it's all over the place, then check on your sleep. Look at how long you slept and how restful it felt. And don't go like building a spreadsheet, or don't go all beautiful mind on me and like do deep data dive overload. Don't do all that. It's just about awareness, because small clues help us make some of the big changes that we need. That's what this is about. We're trying to not just react to diabetes anymore. We're learning to work on it. That's what we're doing here. So remember, I'm in this with you. This podcast is called Your Best T1D Year. I always want to put ever after that. new episodes. This is why I'm doing new episodes Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Just like a little check-in. Like, hey, how's it going? How you doing? What's going on? How is your sleep? Because you're doing something bold, right? You're noticing patterns instead of just, pushing through the chaos, which is what I do sometimes. Literally, my Dexcom just went off. My Dexcom just expired. So I'm going to go change my Dexcom. But honestly, you're out there doing it. You're in the hunt, and I'm lucky to be in this with you.